guys, thanks so much for joining. My name is Michelle, and today we are going to be talking about some vintage finds that you can buy today and save thousands of dollars on the styles that you see in the store in Louis Vuitton today. So I am a former client advisor for Louis Vuitton. I have also spent many years in the fashion industry and love to shop and advise my friends and clients on what to buy, what to wear. I was perusing some of the newer styles on the Vuitton website and found some really cute things, but also immediately thought, these look like some styles from the past. So I did one of these videos back in like May, and you guys responded to it really well. Well, guess what? Now the fall stuff is out. So I took a look and just did the same thing for you guys. So something you should know, or if you don't already know, the 90s and 2000s are coming back, and fashion always cycles, whether it's clothing, shoes, hair and makeup, bags, accessories, everything. So I am excited about this era because it reminds me of my high school days. So if you are not new to me, you know that I also do videos on what to buy first, what to avoid when you're buying a handbag. First and foremost, I am always going to advise, buy the bag that works for you and your lifestyle and your budget. This is so important. Don't go peruse the social medias to find the most popular bag and extend yourself and find that it's really not a bag that fits you. Do not ask your friends and family what they think. They're not paying for it. It's your money. Find the bag that works for you. So with that said, I love to peruse the vintage market. It's just so much fun to do. And believe it or not, there are even brand new bags that are out there on sites like Fashion File and The Real or even eBay that someone just used for a little bit and don't like anymore. So their trash is always your treasure. But I was looking at some of the newer styles. So let's just go ahead and take a look. Let's look at this new, it's called MAXI-MULTI pochette accessoire. So it looks like an update to both the pochette accessoire and the multi-pochette accessoire. We all know about the pochette accessoires. The multi, I think is, very trendy and is kind of on its way out. So I'm glad that they have this update, and I am seeing everything in the new line, not only with watercolor and different color monogram, but with pockets. We love pockets. So look, it's got a pocket. So it looks like it's a little bit bigger than the current pochette accessoire, which by the way is way too much money. So they've made it wider and added a pocket, but you can still see she has the DNA of the original pochette accessoire. So of course I looked at this and look at the shape, the rectangle shape that fits under your arm. So reminiscent of the Fendi baguette and all the other styles that mimic the Fendi baguette back in the 2000s, that under the arm shoulder bag. I do like the colors too because it reminds me of the Marc Jacobs era. Okay, with that said, let's look at what we can find on the vintage market, because you best believe this shape is available. And there are several bags that mimic this shape if you're just looking for something under the arm. All right, so their current offering is over $2,000. Who's got that money to spend? I do not. So let's look at what we can replace that with what is on the resale market. The Dame Ebene RAVELLO GM. Look, it's got the pocket. Doesn't she look almost the same? So the colors are different, but like I said, if you're just going for the style of the bag, and we all know that people go for the brown canvas because they are timeless. So if you don't want to worry about the trendiness of the color of the bag, I highly recommend going for one of these. So along with the RAVELLO, there is also the RECOLLETO. She's got that rectangle baguette shape, and she's under $1,000. So there are two versions of this style of bag that can work in your favor. If you can go for the brand new one right now, more power to you. But these are some options for us girls on a budget. Okay, another bag that it's been out for a little bit. It's called the DIANE. Immediately when I saw her, I knew she had that 90s feel. So this is your quintessential crossbody bag for every casual outfit. I just picture this with like a plaid skirt and Mary Jane's. So this bag, in the description, it says it's, rebirth from a vintage bag. So what we have here is the Sologne, and look how similar she looks. The only thing she's missing is those little tabs in the corner, and there's also a bigger version of this bag called the Samour. I'm gonna butcher that name, but I apologize. Anyhow, so the DIANE goes for $2,370, and this particular Sologne is $1,335. I'm pretty sure if you look around some more, you can probably find her cheaper. It's always going to depend on the condition of the bag. So big difference between the two. The newer version, the newer version is going to have a magnet closure and a faux buckle, whereas the vintage version is going to be a buckle. They didn't have magnets back then, or they didn't use it. They didn't think to use them on handbags. And also the newer version has a removable guitar strap. The old version does not. One thing about the vintage bags is not all of them have removable straps. Actually, most of them do not. So if you can live with that for the price difference, I would go for it. A common question that was asked, I know someone's gonna ask this, can I just buy a Sologне and then bring it to the service center and ask them to replace the clasp with a magnet? The answer is going to be no, because they can only replace it exactly with the parts that you bought it. They cannot modify it for you. They will not cut off the strap and give you a replaceable one. That has always been asked, but nothing is stopping you. Once you buy the bag, you can take it to a local cobbler and have them modify it for you. Just once it's modified, the service center at Vuitton will not take anything back once the bag has been modified. Being a bag collector, I know that's not gonna be the end all be all. So I'm gonna be okay with the strap that is not removable. Don't make one bag your everything. So I know we like to have all the options. I know this from working on the floor. People like to have all the options on one bag, but really your one bag doesn't have to be the only bag you ever have in your life. So just think about the features that you can live with, and does it serve your lifestyle? Okay, so the next bag, also not terribly new, but new, and it's called the Loop. I immediately thought of 90s TLC, because this bag has, you know, it's a little funky, it's got some charm, it's got a chain, it's got that 90s vibe to it, definitely. So the vintage versions of the Loop, there were two different bags. One is called the Croissant. Do not mistake it for the Croissant. There is a Croissant and there is a Croissant. And there was also the bag called the Looping. So both the Croissant and the Looping, I think these are classic Vuitton under the arm bags. And what I like about these is they're so simple. You've got the monogram and you've got the Pochette. Isn't that what all you want in a Louis Vuitton bag, especially if you're just starting out with your collection? Monogram and Pochette. So it can't get any simpler than this. I like bags like this because there aren't so many bells and whistles to be concerned about polishing or being too trendy or having to change up in the future. It's just an easy classic bag. The Croissant, I look at these pictures, I'm a little on the fence because it looks like a kidney bean. However, if you're into that Dior saddle bag, it's like, you know, a very similar shape, and I'm not hating on it. Like I said, it's just like an easy under the arm bag, and definitely you can find these for under $1,000. Isn't that great? On that line of under the arm bags, we also have the Thames and the Mini Lin Manon. Oh, cute, cute, cute. How cute is this bag? And also the Mini Lin Boulogne Ben. Okay, these Mini Lins are so cute. They are canvas, they're different material than your brown and mustard canvas, but I love these, they're so cute. And but right now I am loving the style of these bags. Okay, so let's look at the current collection. There is the Boulogne in the current collection, and there's also the Odeon. So these have crossbody options, but look at the body of the bag. It's very, very similar. So here are some of the newer options in that same shape that you can find vintage in the Mini Lin Manon, Boulogne, and the Thames PM. Some great prices I see here. So why spend a fortune when you don't have to? Another bag on my list that I wouldn't say is new or trendy, it's just that the bag everyone loves is the Pochette Métis. The Pochette Métis in canvas. First of all, as a client advisor, we all highly advise get your Pochette Métis in leather. It's not going to have the cracking and glazing issues as the canvas one does. Also, the way I am, once everyone has this bag, like I just personally don't want it anymore. Anyway, something you might not know is the Pochette Métis was inspired by and is an update to a bag called the MONCEAU. The MONCEAU, here you see in a 28, I believe she also came in a 26. So you can see the clasp, it is the cousin, it's the older cousin of the Pochette Métis. It's got that same boxy casual look. This one's a little more schoolgirlish, but you get the same idea from buying this bag. By the way, let me just throw in the St. Cloud is a great vintage bag to buy. This is my vintage St. Cloud, and I love her. So this has some similarities to the MONCEAU in that the lining is going to be all leather, whereas your current Pochette Métis offering the lining is not leather. So it's gonna be one difference. But also with the canvas, the vintage bags, look at the glazing. It is so much thicker It's just completely different from the glazing on the Pochette Métis canvas that you will find today. It's just completely different, and also the canvas is much heavier. So when you are buying vintage, these are things you're going to notice. For that matter, like, I think it's worth it if you find something vintage that's in really great condition. There are different manufacturing standards. The manufacturing standards today has changed from 20, 30, 40 years ago. Things are made faster and more efficiently and just different. There's also like chemicals that were in these bags that are cancer causing that were taken out for like safety reasons. And that is why some of the canvases and the glazing in what you'll find in newer bags now are going to be different than bags that, you know, are older and vintage. Okay, last on my list, also not trendy, but the bag everyone should have is every lady should have a tote bag. Everyone should have a tote bag. The Neverfull is now over $2,000. What? That is so crazy, because when that bag started out, she was $680 or $720, like not that as expensive as she is right now, but she's still the first bag that everybody wants to run to. With that said, a common thing that prevented people from buying the Neverfull when I worked there was that the lack of the zipper. So with that, you can go online and find a bag called the Totally. So the Totally is a tote bag with a zipper. It's a little bit smaller than the Neverfull. This is what I call the diaper bag. So people would come in to buy the Neverfull as their diaper bag for their first kid. So this, I think, is a better option because it's got a zipper and the 2 pockets where you can put the pacifier and your wipes or your snacks. And the other bag that I love, 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 and I've talked about this bag before, is the Capucines. So this comes in different sizes, the piano, the mezzo, and I think the grande or something like that. Angelina Jolie wore this bag when she was a rep when she was the face of Vuitton. She wore this bag in every size when her kids were young. Also has a zipper. And I think this bag is such a great option, much better price than if you're going to go buy a brand new tote bag today. So those are my picks for vintage looks that are on trend with today's styles. All of the links to these bags you will find in the description, and please do use my links because I do get commission for anything that you purchase from my links. And with that said too, I want to take the time to thank all my sponsors. This is not a sponsored video, but I just want to mention that sponsorships are great because it really helps us content creators. We spend a lot of time and effort on these videos. Pretty much everything that is going on here, hair care, skin, makeup, jewelry, accessories, has been sponsored. And listen, I don't take everyone. I only accept products that I know are going to be relevant to me and my audience. So for example, this necklace everyone loves. And for example, this handbag gets more compliments than any handbag I carry. And it's a small brand, Bo Today, that sent me this. I absolutely love this bag. So I have to talk about it again because I get stopped and asked, what are you holding? So great thing about this, so she's got that moon shape, but you can also expand. And now I have a cute little shoulder bag so I can carry my coffee and my phone and all my stuff, because you don't have to have the latest and greatest. You don't have to have the luxury brands. You don't have to be a walking billboard for a luxury brand. I encourage you to find your own style, whether it's brand new or it's vintage. Wherever you get your things and put them together, they can always be on trend and look good and be specific and individual to you. The links to everything in this video is going to be down in the description. Thank you so much for joining. If you're to this point of the video, guys, thank you so much for joining. My name is Michelle. See you soon. Bye.